Chimaev fled Chechnya with his family because, an oppressive warlord dictator that killed people indiscriminately. No hate on him. It's your country. He goes back to Chechnya. He goes back to Chechnya because somebody wants to buy him a G-Wagon. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'll be that whore. I'll do it. I'll fucking bend the knee for you, man. I like G-Wagons. And when it came down to go a little deeper and suck a little more, this little fucking pussy ran to somewhere in the Middle East. And then he goes and sells a Bitcoin scam. Chimaev can fight, but sir, you are not a fucking man. The world knows you as not a man. You will never be a fucking man, you little Chechen whore.
You have obviously made the case for the Khamzat fight. I feel like it's probably one of the biggest fights in the division.
Yeah, no, I mean, nobody who wants to see fucking two little go-fuckers go at it. You want to see a real fucking American fight this little Chechen fucking whore in American soil. This is the fight that needs to happen.
During that Xtreme Couture with Sean Strickland, he's been saying some stuff in interviews about, he just didn't like your approach. Just why do you think he's saying that, and do you have a response?
I don't know. When I was there, they never said anything, When I leave the Vegas and when they stopped my visa, he started to talk. When I come back, I'm in LA, bro. Come on. If it's something personal for you, just come. I'm here whenever you want.
Ask that guy who was beating him up every day in the gym, huh? So, how many times I saw meet that guy? How many times I beat him up?
Matchup for the middleweight title.
Fun card, and obviously the main event is the fight that people have been waiting for a long time. Strickland looked incredible in his last performance, and, how much security do you think we're going to need from Chimaev?
Quite a lot, Danny.
The middleweight division may be heading toward one of the most chaotic rivalries the UFC has seen in years. Sean Strickland, the outspoken former champion who never filters his words. And Khamzat Chimaev, the undefeated wrecking machine who has run through almost everyone in his path. Now the two fighters are on a collision course, and the trash talk is already out of control. But the big question is simple: can Sean Strickland actually stop Khamzat Chimaev? The tension between Strickland and Chimaev has been building for years. Both fighters have trained around the same gyms, both have strong personalities, and neither one likes backing down.
Let me tell you about Chimaev, guys. This is a fucking true story. And, since we're going to talk about training, one day I made fun of a Chechnyan, and he misunderstood what I said. And it was more of like a compliment to the fighter, and he sent me a message talking shit. And I said, Chimaev, you misunderstood, but I will see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Gloves or no gloves, turn up. And then, guess what? No show, no answer. We talked it out. He said, no, it's okay. We talk about it. Here's the thing about Chimaev. The man could fight. The man could fight. We all know that. He beat Usman to a decision. Usman old, retired, but whatever. He still did it. But me and him are different. Chimaev could be right here. I will fight that man to the death right here, knowing I'm going to die. That ain't Chimaev, dude.
Strickland has never been shy about criticizing his opponents. And when it comes to Khamzat Chimaev, he's been even more direct.
I mean, that'd be a big fight. I think that I think I'm probably the only one that could beat Chimaev. I honestly think Fluffy's a better wrestler than Chimaev. I think pace-wise, style-wise, I think over 5 rounds, Fluffy's probably a better, but then stand-up, I think Chimaev might take him to stand-up decision. So, I don't know, man. It's kind of weird what the UFC did with Chimaev. You brought a guy in that fights once a year who's like Madonna, who probably gets how much money does that dictator give him on the table? The guy doesn't need to fight, dude. He's best friends with a warlord, he doesn't need to fight. Dude gets gifted G-Wagons.
But Chimaev has never looked particularly worried about the American contender.
Khamzat, let me ask you, you might have saw Sean Strickland this week. He had a few things to say. He said that you're terrible for the division and he's the only guy out there to beat you. What do you say to that?
What should I say? This guy always talks on my show. Yeah, we'll see.
But you guys trained together and you choked him out a few times, right?
We did spar a lot before, but that's why he's so mad, because
fair enough. Well, this guy choked him out as well.
Yeah, last week.
They did.
Sounds like I'm talking a lot of shit about Sean. I'm not.
Now Sean gonna talk about bad things as well. So
Okay.
The undefeated Chechen fighter believes their past training sessions already proved who the better fighter is. There's a reason Khamzat Chimaev has become one of the most feared fighters in the sport. With a professional record that remains undefeated, Chimaev has built his reputation on absolute domination. From his explosive UFC debut to ragdolling elite opponents with his wrestling, few fighters have been able to slow him down.
You and Sean had an interaction in the gym, and he was like, hey, take it easy. You kill everybody. Did you roll with Sean? Did you spar a
we
little
spar with him, we did train with that guy, you know, so I don't know, we've been good when we been in the gym, but when I go back to Sweden, he start to eat and do some things, you know, like
He gets a little crazy on
Yeah,
Twitter.
he didn't like when I said I tap him out, you know, so.
Did you tap him out?
Yeah, many times, bro. So.
What did you get him with?
Chokes, different things, you know, but he's good, his strength good, but he's a good fighter, you know, so, but he's tough guy, tough dude, man, so, but I said that things everyone see in the gym, you know, so ask his coach, that's it.
His pressure is relentless, his wrestling is elite, and once he gets opponents to the ground, the fight often ends quickly. But not everyone believes Chimaev is unbeatable. Sean Strickland might not have the flashiest style in MMA, but what he does have is one of the most frustrating striking systems in the division. Constant pressure, high defensive awareness, and the ability to fight hard for 5 full rounds.
Oh, here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. Bisping's gonna say, "Well, Sean, what can you do better? How did you improve?" He's gonna say
No,
this.
no, I'm not. I'm not going to bore you to death with the same old question, Sean. Come on, we know each other.
No,
We go back a long way.
Well, generally I try to threaten the press, dude, but I don't know if I can threaten this motherfucker. He'd actually fight a little bit. He's kind of
a little bit. Hey, Sean, we used to spar. Come on, man.
Strickland's jab-heavy attack and relentless pace have broken many fighters mentally. Even elite strikers have struggled to deal with his pressure, and that's exactly why some analysts believe he could be a nightmare matchup for Chimaev. Former UFC champion Daniel Cormier believes this fight is much closer than people think.
Do we believe that he can compete against Khamzat Chimaev? I have heard stories, guys. I have heard stories out of the Chimaev camp that Chimaev is training so hard and putting it on guys, elite level guys, like nothing you've ever seen before. I have heard Khamzat Chimaev wants people to go so hard with him to try to beat him and submit him and do. He's paying him. He doesn't care. I got some guys in the gym, at my gym, that know people there. They're like, man, this dude, if somebody can submit him, there's like money. The Saints got in trouble for Bounty Gate. Khamzat's putting a bounty on himself to make guys give him all that they have. This dude, it's different. But do you believe that after watching Sean in that fight, because he looked so good, that he can actually compete against Khamzat? Now,
Cormier pointed out that Strickland's cardio and durability could push Chimaev into deep waters, something we haven't seen very often in Chimaev's career. If the fight turns into a long, striking battle, Strickland may actually have the advantage. Another fighter who isn't fully convinced by the Chimaev hype is Jorge Masvidal.
Usman was literally partying with me, you know. I'm not gonna throw him on the bus or nothing, but I can tell you he wasn't in the fucking anywhere near the shape he should have been for that fucking fight. And second round maybe it's a swing round, third round he clearly busted him up. Everybody gave Usman that round. So it's just a thing where I know that fucker gasses hard, man. And Bo's not gonna gas. Like I've just seen it with my fucking own. Bo's not gonna gas. Could he get caught with a shot right now because he's still earning his career? Yeah, that could happen. But other than that, he'll break.
Masvidal believes Chimaev showed vulnerabilities in his fight against Kamaru Usman, especially when the fight extended into later rounds. And because of that, Masvidal shocked many fans with his prediction.
I don't think he beats Strickland.
Do you think Strickland should get the next title fight?
Who are you gonna give it to if not Strickland? Sean beat a prime Izzy, man. Beat the brakes off of Izzy when Izzy had just beaten Pereira. When he did the Fluffy, which had a lot of hype behind him. Chimaev, I don't think he's all that good, man. Sean Strickland's different. You can take Sean down, and that's very hard, but it's even harder to hold this guy down. Chimaev might get a takedown or two on him, but he's gonna get so tired because Sean always finds a way back to his feet. I don't think he beats Strickland.
Former middleweight champion Michael Bisping sees things slightly differently. tonight. Bisping believes Chimaev's grappling might simply be too dangerous.
Sean Strickland, as we know, the man's a maniac, but he deserves this shot. And what he did to Alexander Fluffy Hernandez last time out was just unbelievable. Finished him with that beautiful knee and, of course, solidified himself as the #1 contender. But be careful what you wish for. We all know Khamzat Chimaev, the man's got ridiculous knockout power. He's got submissions. He's undefeated. The man's a maniac. And now he's got the cardio, it seems, as well, to go 5 rounds at a hard pace. Put an absolute savage beat down on Dricus du Plessis last time out. This is an interesting fight.
Yeah, New Jersey's getting another great.
If Chimaev can secure early takedowns, the fight could end very quickly. But if Strickland manages to keep the fight standing, Bisping admits it could become a very competitive battle. So the real question becomes, can Sean Strickland survive the early storm? Because historically, yeah, that's when Khamzat Chimaev is at his most dangerous. If Chimaev gets a takedown early, the fight could end fast. But if Strickland stuffs those attempts and forces Chimaev to strike for 5 rounds, the momentum could completely shift. One thing is certain, if this fight happens, it could become one of the most intense matchups in the middleweight division. 2 fighters with completely different personalities, 2 very different styles, and a rivalry that already feels personal. The only question left is, who wins when they finally step inside the octagon? Let me know your prediction in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe for more MMA news and fight breakdowns.